Okay, more clouds today. It actually feels a little warmer, but that snow warning is still in effect, it seems like. And what did I read today? How about this one? Apparently there was a milestone of sort, I guess, in terms of larger drones. This one says, China's YH-1000 transport drone completes taxi test ahead of planned maiden flight. As it says here, China's YH-1000 unmanned transport aircraft on Monday completed a full load taxiing test under full working conditions in Shanghai Airport in the city of Jiangmen, central China's Hubei province. The next step will involve its maiden flight following optimizations, the drone's maker said on Tuesday. During the taxiing test, all systems of the unmanned transport aircraft operated smoothly, demonstrating good operability and adaptability according to a press release the Aerospace CH UAV Co. Ltd., the developer of the aircraft, sent to the Global Times. The whole test process was smooth and orderly as the unmanned transport aircraft accelerated steadily on the runway and safely stopped within the predetermined taxiing distance, marking the successful completion of the test, the company said. And according to this, it says it has a full load capacity of about 1,000 kilograms, and it says this type of unmanned transport aircraft offers new solutions for logistics, emergency rescue, and military supply missions. It will promote the development of China's transport drone industry and bolster the growth of China's low-altitude economy, the maker of the drone said. They are really aggressive, I guess, in terms of advancing in the drone space and all that. And at the same time, when it comes to their products, kind of like that story yesterday where it seemed like the US doesn't want, for example, let's just say Chinese-made drones for official use. Will this be a factor, I guess, in terms of people adopting their tech in these regards? But either way, it just sounds like they're constantly evolving non-stop, whereas a lot of other places, they're reliant on Chinese-made drones and all that too, huh? I think for regular consumers who just want a drone to capture something quickly, for example, you don't have much choice in terms of what's out there. They are primarily Chinese companies in terms of the drones that are the most user-friendly and the most affordable for the average person anyways, in terms of that balance. And this was kind of interesting. As you know, one of the biggest stories last year was all about mystery drones around New Jersey. What were they about? Were they actually drones? Were they airplanes, for example? Aliens? Well, apparently, I guess with the US inauguration, that question was kind of asked to the current president, and he basically sounded like he wanted to find out and tell people immediately, so it's kind of interesting. This one says, Trump asked Chief of Staff to find out about NJ drones after vowing to release report. Hours after his inauguration on Monday, President Donald Trump asked his White House Chief of Staff to immediately get to the bottom of the report of the drones flying over New Jersey late last year. Trump previously said he believes the Biden administration knew more about the rash of drone sightings than it let on. He said last week he planned to release a report on the drones within a day of taking office. So you can see a brief clip of him actually answering that question. It'll be kind of interesting if they actually do follow through with this immediately.
President Trump, at some point will you use your powers of the presidency to tell Americans who are concerned about drones?
Yeah,
A few weeks
good.
ago,
Yeah.
what exactly
I will.
Can you tell us now?
In fact, I'd like to know because I just got here.
What do you think?
I just came here. I've been here for what, 15 minutes now.
Do people? But is it anything these drones? Is it anything that people need to be worried
No,
about?
I think it's terrible. I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of?
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out immediately? I mean, I can't imagine it's an enemy or there would have been, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things. I don't know why they wouldn't have said what it was. They had a lot of them flying over Bedminster, which is interesting, right?
So what's the bet thus far? Do you think it was a drone? Do you think it was something involving, for example, the military? Was it just some random person flying, let's just say, a quote drone or a regular aircraft? It'll be kind of interesting if they actually follow through and get answers for this. And just in general, in terms of the news here, it seems like almost everything is about tariffs, where apparently here in Canada, they're proposing potentially to go into a trade war with the US, because there was a proposal apparently where they said if here in Canada they don't do more about the border in terms of, I guess, illegal drugs and so forth, then they'll put like a 25% tariff on all Canadian goods, I guess, going to the US. And then this one says, Trudeau promises very strong response as Trump renews tariff threats against Canada. As it says here, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Tuesday Canada will hit back at the US if President Donald Trump goes ahead with punishing tariffs on February 1st, promising this country will respond in kind with robust, rapid, and very strong retaliatory measures. It says after his inauguration, Trump held off issuing an executive order to levy tariffs in Canada, only to suggest later in the day he wants a 25% tariff in place in 2 weeks' time. It makes me wonder too, because the other perspective I was reading was how some people were saying what they wanted was just, for example, quote, border security, so there shouldn't be that much of an issue anyways if you think about it. But at the same time, a lot of people have that narrative or mindset as well, saying you can't be bullied and all that. So who knows what's going to happen here, huh? This feels like one of those situations where, like myself, you're just sitting there looking at it saying, okay, I don't know, I get along with the people over there and so forth. But it's kind of like, I guess, the head of the families, like two different ones fighting for whatever reason. And let's just say the other kids or other family members are just standing there saying, okay, why can't they just settle it this way? That's what it feels like anyways to me personally. But I guess we'll see what happens overall. All right, see you guys later.